Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and this is the second part on how to draw the male T-Rex from the Lost World Jurassic Park. And as I feared for the last part, my camera did stop recording, but it was about, the first part was about finished, so that wasn't really that much of a problem. The only thing I didn't get to do was my outro, and well, I can't change it for now. So now we're just gonna basically start to get a little bit of detail into the T-Rex, and we're just gonna start with a couple of lines that come from, well, a couple of wrinkles that are in his neck, and of course there is a bit of shadow going like this as well. And over here we just have a lot of veins and wrinkles that go like this. And just continue on drawing those wrinkles on his neck as well. And they are getting closer and closer to each other once you are kind of entering his back. And now we can also draw a little bit of detail in his face, and this eye circuit is going to be a little darker. And what I might have actually did a little bit wrong, and if I could redo it, I would actually change his eye back to just being white, because that way it's less difficult to see the actual shape of his eye, because this area is very dark, as you can see, and it will kind of be a little bit harder to see the eye this way. But I just have to make it around his eye a little bit lighter, so that you can still kind of see the eye itself. Okay, so for now we're gonna just leave his head area, because I want to get it more accurate to the one in the movie, and I have a better reference for that one. I'm just looking at a reference for the skin texture right now, so that's what I'm gonna be focusing on for this part. He has a line going like this, and a lot of shadow over there, but don't make it too dark. Not yet. Kind of goes all the way up until his hip, and then we have a couple of lines that go like this, and that go next to his leg as well, and a little bit of shadow over there, a little bit of shadow over here for his leg muscle, kind of goes like this, and then a line over here for also a muscle, and then over here you don't really see a lot of muscles anymore. I'm just gonna draw the usual for that part, and we have a lot of actual rimples and wrinkles going everywhere, also over here, and they kind of change direction so now and then. And these actually are kind of angled a little bit on his back like this, and then they kind of go down like this. And for his arm we do have a muscle, a very big arm muscle going on over here, but first we do have a lot of wrinkles and stuff going on, and along with those wrinkles we are going to draw in the shadow for the area where the muscles will be. So basically something like that. And then these wrinkles go all the way into this area, and this wrinkle actually goes all the way up until here, then it goes down like this, and then a lot of wrinkles appear over here and also over here again. And I'm just drawing this really light to begin with, and there is a little bit of a shadow that you can see over here for his neck muscle. It starts over here and then it goes something like this. And my pen dropped a ink droplet, but there's nothing we can do about that for now. Maybe we will have to make the drawing a little bit darker at the end. Right now I'm just trying to draw everything in as quick as I can, so that I won't go over the time limit that we have to draw this particular drawing. So over here we do have a couple of ribs that we can kind of see, kind of go a little bit like this. Something like this. And maybe I angled them a little bit the wrong way, but I guess for now this would be okay. And that's also where the wrinkles kind of attach to. And then we have a lot of lines and skin texture that goes like this. Just go with the flow. And at first it will look kind of strange and inaccurate, but later on you will see, and again my pen dropped a droplet of ink, later on you will see that it will start to look a lot better and better once we go on and on. So these texture lines go kind of like this. And I did mess up this foot a little bit, because this toe is supposed to be over here and not farther than that, because otherwise it will have a strange angle and it will look like this. So that's something that I will have to learn from, to not do it a second time again, I guess, because I can't change it for now, because I'm drawing with a pen. Okay, and here we will have the ankle bone kind of sticking out a little, and a little bit more shadow at this area, and over here as well. So it literally does look very messy for now, but it will slowly start to change and look a little bit better. So this area would have a lot of shadow as well, and then going like that. And then these areas would have a little bit of shadow as well because of the ribs. So I'm just drawing the ribs in a little darker. And the wrinkles also a little bit darker, just to get a little bit more of a realistic tone going on here. And this wrinkle goes like this. And now I want to make these wrinkles also a little darker as well. And my pen is really broken, I guess, because it keeps dropping drops everywhere. And yeah, that's really a shame. I'm really sorry about that. So the only thing that we need to make darker actually is this area, the shadowy part. And then we have the shadow of the hip bone kind of going like this, and also a couple of rimples over here as well. And you might want to get a little bit more shadow on the underside of his belly and also over here, because this part is supposed to be a lot darker than what it is right now. So I'm just gonna draw in those bits of shadow over here as well, and leave a highlight, of course. And then for this line, also something like this. And a little bit of detail over there. So it's starting to look quite good, I must say. And the shadow over here should be a little bit darker as well as over here. And then this area will kind of look like this. Maybe a couple of lines that go like this, because there is still a kind of scaly pattern going on there that you can't really see because it's the underside of his belly. And there's a lot of shadow going on, so that's the reason why it's gonna be hard to see that. And so for his tail, we have the same kind of concept, kind of those lines. Keep them coming until we are at the end of his tail, and then just draw in the shadow that's supposed to be on the underside of his tail, and also a lot of shadow over here, of course, for his leg, that you kind of don't see a lot of. And those rimples just keep on going, and then this skin pattern kind of going over it as well, and a little bit of shadow over top of this area. And then just keep those skin pattern lines going over the complete length of his tail. And I do want to have a small area of highlight right there. And one characteristic of the male T-Rex, well, I'm not sure if it was only the male T-Rex, but I'm pretty sure I saw it in the movie, is that he has a very dark kind of stripe pattern on his body, and that's actually what I'm planning to draw in as well. But we will see how it will turn out and what we can do, what we can make of it. Oh, this is a shame. It's really a shame that my pen keeps dropping ink. And it's also a shame that I can't help it for now. Because it did it over here as well for some reason. Oh no, I think I kind of smudged it. I didn't even knew that I could do that. I think from over here it came on my finger, and then I kind of messed it up everywhere. So I think I prefer to draw with pencil just because of this, solely because of this reason, that my pen keeps messing up, and that way my drawings look a little bit less good, I would say. Okay, and maybe a shadow part that goes like this a little bit. And now we have the basics of his body, and yeah, we still have to do his arms and maybe a little bit more detail over here for his to kind of indicate where this huge muscle goes to. And I would say we are about done with the body, except for his feet and his arms. So we do want to kind of get the same skin pattern on his arm as we have on the rest of the body, but just a little bit different. Yeah, a little difference in the way the shadows go, like this, and then we have a lot of dark scales on one finger and a lot of dark scales on the other as well. And just do the same thing on these fingers on this side. And then just get a little bit of tone in it. And the underside, make it a little darker as well. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with my pen. That's also the reason why it's so messy everywhere, because this part is loose a little bit, I guess, and gets a little bit messy that way. Just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. I can't get those clean lines in anymore, which I would have been able to do with a pencil or a couple of days ago. So I guess this is it for drawing with a pen, and until I have a better pen that I can use. Alright, now for this foot, I really hate the way it turned out, but I'll have to do with what we have. I have to work with what we have here. Maybe it will look good after I put the scales in. I surely hope it will. Just putting those dark scales in. And over here as well. And also over here, oh, I already did that, alright. And then make this area a little darker in between the toes. And also underneath the toes. Alright. And now his feet are a little bit too dark compared with his leg, so I'm gonna go over his leg and make it a little darker. Alright. So now we are at his head, and I want to have the scars in it as well. So he does have a couple of scars, and I'm gonna draw it with a normal pencil just so I don't go over it. So he does have a scar about over here. So I'm not gonna go over that area, and it kind of goes till over here as well. I guess that's from fighting a other Rex. Might actually be from fighting a different T-Rex for a mate, I guess. And a couple of scratches over there as well. So I'm not gonna go over that area. Just gonna leave that as it is. And later on I'll erase what I have for the pencil lines that I have right now. And it will kind of create a little bit of scars, I guess, of a scar texture. Okay, and I guess that's it. He also has a couple of bumps on his neck. Like that. And even a couple more, but these are a little smaller. And they disappear a little bit faster. Maybe I'll just leave the pencil lines. It might actually look good with the pencil lines as well. And he has a couple of scales over here. And also a couple of scales over here as well. He has a bony structure over here. And then a couple of smaller scales everywhere. And then this area is kind of like this. Just a little bit of shadow on there. And then we do have to make this area a little bit darker, because we need to be able to clearly see the ridge that is there, and also a couple of little scales that are kind of visible. And then for the bottom jaw we have a jaw muscle that goes like this. And then just draw a couple of scales and everything around it. And make sure you do leave a highlighted area right there. And there is a little bit of shadow over there as well. So that's basically a huge highlight over there, this area. And trying to make sure not to go over the scar. So now I want to get the basic kind of thing going on in this area on his what's it called, a kind of a membrane, and it gets darker and darker when you get closer to the back of his mouth, I guess. Okay, now, and I hope my camera doesn't shut off, but we are basically finished with everything. But I want to get his stripe pattern in the drawing, which basically goes like this. Just very roughly, not too dark. Try and get this in. And make it darker at the darker areas of the drawing, so it kind of goes with the tone of the drawing. And then just keep on going on his neck as well, because he does have it on his neck as well, and also on his snout, I noticed. And I'm gonna make it a little bit darker on his neck on purpose, just to kind of make his head area stand out a little bit more. Kind of exaggerating it a little bit, and like I said, it goes on his head as well. That's why this area is so extremely dark. Kind of goes on like this as well, and then it kind of goes like this. Very thin stripes on the top of his snout. Like this. And the bottom jaw doesn't have any stripes on it. It's just like this. And then for his let's see, for the rest of his body, it just keeps on going like over here as well, but it kind of has a different direction from here on. It kind of comes from this side of his leg and it goes like this, and just make it a little bit darker at the areas where the muscles go, and just keep on creating them, I would say, and on his tail as well. Okay. And just keep on creating them until you finished up his whole tail with it. So this drawing didn't turn out to be the cleanest of them all, but it definitely was not the worst. I mean, it's probably one of the best T-Rexes that I've done on my channel so far. The only thing that I'm really not happy about is this feet right here, but the rest of the drawing, in my opinion, looks really great. It really resembles the Jurassic Park The Lost World male T-Rex, in my opinion. So yeah, if you liked the video, leave a like, comment below what you think about this video and the drawing in general, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon on the bottom right of this video, so you won't miss a single video. So this will start as a drawer, and goodbye.